All right, so what's it doing down here?
Yeah, what would bring it here?
I don't know. I have no idea.
So then how do we get rid of it?
You can't kill them.
Okay, well...
I'm going to rack my brain and see if I remember any of the teachings from the monastery about these creatures.
Okay.
Knowledge of religion and history.
Okay, you remember that the breathers are the classic slang term for those who go to Nis after they've died. And they're not typically evil. No one's ever been attacked by them, but anyone who's gone to Nis has not come back alive.
Do I know of any way to get rid of them? Or to send them back to Nis?
You know that setting them on fire is reasonably effective, but there's no way to actually kill them. They come back after a while of being incapacitated.
Oi, Baron,
What's up?
throw a torch on it.
I'm gonna pull out a torch.
Okay.
Make it look like I light it with some sort of flammable liquid or something.
Okay.
Just try and stab it with the flames.
Okay. You manage to stab it and light its cloak on fire.
Good.
And it lets out this awful scream, just terrible. Just, yeah, it's not happy with that.
Well, that seems to be working lovely.
Its cloak bursts into flames, and while you would expect for cloth to burn away, it does not.
Maybe
It
not.
falls to the ground, and it's just a pile of burning clothes.
Well, at least it's not lighting things on fire anymore.
It's still burning, I take it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep the fire close to it, I guess. Just keep trying to add more fire.
All
Okay.
right, well, we've solved the immediate problem. Now, the question is, where did it come from? And why is it an angry little bugger?
And why isn't it burning away?
Oh, they don't really burn away. They just don't like the fire. This was a temporary solution from the get-go.
So is it gonna come back out of that pile of ash?
Oh, yeah. It'll come back.
Kittlesworth, who heard something behind him, is looking down towards the port at the shoreline, and he says, "Oh my God."
There's more of them, aren't there?
He sees 10 to 15 breathers coming out of the water.
Oh boy.
Okay.
That's a problem.
Something's got to be controlling them. They don't normally do this, I don't think.
I've heard a legend about breathers attacking those who are
course
still
you have.
alive. Only once. But I thought it was just a children's tale.
How did they stop them?
I assume they didn't. I can't imagine this is a happy children's tale.
Well, someone had to finish the story.
Any good ideas, guys?
Well, fire seemed to work a little bit. And the town's on fire.
Are they in the water?
Yeah, they're emerging from the water.
Do they appear to have an origin point or a specific area they're coming from?
Yeah, they're coming from the north.
All right.
And you hear behind you as you're looking at the port, the thing's still on the ground. The breather's still on the ground on fire. It hasn't moved yet, but you see a bunch of horses coming down the large street behind you. And they seem to be armored horses.
Here comes the cavalry.
I was gonna
Stole
say
the words
that.
right out of my mouth.
All right.
As they pass you, one of them yells, "Take them down! Use fire! Do whatever you can to hold them off for as long as possible!"
Well,
they
since
got it.
they've got that covered, I say we explore the north, maybe solve an actual problem.
One of them trots over to you,
Oh, damn it.
and he says, "Travelers, what are you doing?
We killed one.
Just trying to help.
How'd you know how to kill one?
I've read a
guess.
book.
A book?
Luck.
Yeah, a book.
And a guess.
I think you're lying to me. I see those tattoos on you. You're from the monastery, aren't you?"
Maybe. What's that to you? So that proves my claim that I've read a book, doesn't it?
He draws a sword out and holds it to your throat.
You really don't want to do that, Sonny.
You're magic users, aren't you?
I will put you in the fucking ground.
No need for trouble. We just want to help. You could use the arms.
Put down your sword and we'll talk.
He sheaths his sword, and a couple other men arrive in full armor. And they're standing guard. They're ready to take you absolutely the crap out.
Look, if you don't want extra help, fine, we'll leave. Your city's gonna burn down anyways.
We know that you're magic users. Those tattoos don't come on anybody.
What do you mean those tattoos don't come on anyone? I could give you some of the tattoos if you don't want them. They're not that hard.
Ah.
I put ink underneath the skin.
So you're Harig,
Oh boy.
the one who escaped the monastery after giving people tattoos. That they shouldn't
Escaped
be
the
getting.
monastery. They kicked me out of the bloody monastery.
Kicked out, escaped, whatever.
How do you even know anything about the monastery?
I take it he read a book.
Oh,
I'm the military general of Galley,
Oh boy.
sounds important.
this port.
Oh,
Are we just gonna stand here and let these things take over the city, or are you actually gonna do something about it?
we're obviously more important than everyone's lives.
Yeah, I figured.
Well, we still don't really know what's happening right now.
I mean,
Well,
But-
clearly that worked. Point at the flaming.
Well, believe it or not, we didn't summon the beasties.
Well, they obviously came from somewhere. Obviously, they came from Nis. They're from the north. That's the only place they exist.
Yes, that would be true. What are you getting at?
We see maybe 1 or 2 magic users around here every year.
And obviously, because we're a group of them, or so you say, I'm not putting actual credence to your claim.
You see,
We
they're
are
sent
the
by
problem.
militaries to come and patrol the area. They are
Yes.
to remain neutral after the Great Magic War. I'm
Have
sure you
we-
remember, 200 years ago.
I was but a wee lad, yeah, but I was still locked in a stone box. Give or say.
Wasn't around for that.
same.
Magicians are nothing but death and destruction.
That's not true at all. Or so I remember. Some of them were lovely lads. They would drink happily.
I don't know if you can hear the screaming in the background, but there's clearly a problem at hand. Let's get rid of the things in the water before you start trying to take us to prison.
Not that it'll work.
We can't really take you to prison.
See, he knows what's
Then
up.
let's kill the things in the water.
Those born with magic are typically brainwashed from birth to serve society instead of
And those
destroy
with
it.
fancy armor are typically brainwashed from hire to not do anything important. All right, we
I don't
get
have-
where this is
I don't
going.
have time for this. I pull out a lighter, I light an arrowhead and fire a crossbow at one of the things in the water.
It hits it, but it just kind of bounces and falls down, and the fire doesn't do much. Calm down. Listen, this is not the time for rash actions. We're gonna take care of these breathers, and we're gonna hold them off as long as we can.
All right. So why are you bothering with us?
We need you to go to NIST to figure out why this is
bother.
happening.
I figured it would be something I wouldn't like.
Why should we go to Ness?
Because they'll
Yes.
put a sword through our throat if we don't.
They have no proof.
He kind of, shrugs and nods his head and looks around at his guards. Yeah.
So you're telling me we get our lives out of this deal, nothing else?
Go to NIST or die.
I think he means go to us and die, but yeah.
I was gonna say, there's no chance of us returning.
Well, those who come back obviously know what the breathers are. That's how we...
No one's
that's-
ever come back.
Well, that's what everyone will tell you. But those who use magic are quite adept.
You keep... Never mind.
There's not a lot of them. There's not a lot of magic users out there. And there's only been 1 or 2 that's ever been to
It's
this.
kind of coincidental that you happen to know everything about us. Maybe you're a magic user, because, you seem to know everything about us.
It's not like we have a little book that we have our names in each.
You do well to keep your mouth shut.
I don't
reveal
know.
that- I can't
My
reveal
mouth-
that information to you right
I
now.
open my mouth obnoxiously.
I'm with Ren here.
All right.
All right, well, if it's going to get you to go, yes, I'm a magic user. I'm a monk like you.
Ugh.
Why don't you go to Nis?
Because I need to stay here, and I need to take care of operations and keep the breathers at bay. Because I know how to keep them back,
But
and most other people here don't.
So, certain death or certain death? Which ones do you prefer?
Well, I prefer the one where I live.
Oh,
I think we could take them.
You're up to... Maybe.
Much better than deaf people.
The cloth behind you starts to kind of shift and move.
That being said,
And
the
it
things
starts
that
to
don't
lift itself
stay
up.
don't stay dead seem to be here already. Maybe they're out in this, and it's a nice, lovely place where no one will bother us anymore.
The captain who's talking to you draws his sword, and as he does so, the sword illuminates with a blue light, and he just slams down on the cloth before he can stand the whole way up, and it goes lifeless.
I'm gonna do an Arcana check on that. Is that possible?
Yeah, sure.
Kind of jealous.
I never learned that one.
It's about a 10.
You're not sure what it is, but it seems pretty high level.
Also, I don't think we might be able to take that one quite yet.
Yeah. Well, guys, we don't really have much of an option here.
Where's the boat?
Well, we have government-issued ships off to the west side of the port.
So, do we get a crew, or is it just gonna be us three trying to pilot a ship?
Food, supplies.
True. You do need a crew. You're only 3. George, Paul, Thomas, and let's see. As rain starts to come down. You, new kid. I don't know.
He's the one
I don't know
who's
that
gonna
kid's
die.
name. You're going with them. You're all sailors. You know what to do. Take them to Nis.
All right.
Well, y'all are the ones who wanted auction. Guess you got it.
We
You
just took
couldn't have stayed in the monastery.
We just took a walk to the port. I don't know what you're talking about.
Thought we were gonna look at the faceless ones, and now we end up having to go
Yeah.
across the world here.
I was looking forward to fighting some thieves, not the dead.
Well, good luck. Come back alive.
Yeah, Yeah.
I almost don't want to give you the satisfaction.
Yeah.
Well,
We'll be
shut up.
sending more magic users that we can to go and aid in this, because these breathers that are attacking us, that's never happened before. It's happened once or twice, but almost never has it ever happened.
Well, you seem pretty competent in killing them. What's your solution?
Kill him dead.
You see, you can't kill them.
Then what'd you just do?
Banished him.
Well, I knocked it to the ground really, really hard.
Okay. With your glowing sword.
It'll come back up. Don't you worry.
I love the government.
I'm not so much a fan. Well, shall we get to our newly acquired boat?
Yep.
Yep,
Hopefully there's lots of booze.
I can only hope.
It's been a long day.
Yep. Well,
Godspeed.
to hell with you.
Bye, jerk. I say under my breath.
I'll say the same thing, but not so quiet.
Okay. You guys all make it to the ship with your crew. And Kittlesworth.
Oh, Kittlesworth
Oh.
is coming. Well, he did lose his bar. He might as well come. He might be good in a fight. You staying there, Kittlesworth, or are you coming to the land of spooky dead things with us?
I'm coming with you.
All right, we get a Kittlesworth.
I've got nothing to lose.
That's the way to be, I guess. Buddy.
He's the very, strong, quiet type.
No, it.
You can cry about your bar if you want.
Or don't. Please
no
go
sweat.
with the don't.
He just looks at you. He just looks at you.
Well, I'm gonna go try and find booze on the ship.
I'm going to go and start making booze on the ship.
I'm gonna go take a nap on the ship.
Actually, I'm gonna follow Ren.
Well, sure, Lil. Feel free to come with.
Well, you make it onto the ship and you start sailing out of the port in the dead of night, and behind you see light illuminating off of the sea of the burning village known as Galley. Well, the
Good.
burning port known as Galley.
Good riddance.
Wow, sort of beautiful in a terrible way.
And everyone's going to die sort of way, you mean?
Yeah.
Their loss.
Our loss too. We're not really gaining anything out of this.
Hey, if they want to get rid of us,
They did.
that's not our problem anymore.
It kind of is.
We're here now.
what's the chance of us getting the crew to turn us around, go
I
south?
mean, does anyone know how to, navigate a boat?
Not a bit.
No.
So,
Pretty low.
Like, I just learned that it's rigging. I thought it was just rope. And rope.
yep. So, part of the ship.
How
part
come
of the
you were
crew.
never that perceptive when you were visiting me at the monastery?
Selective,
Selective competence.
a little bit. Yeah.
Come on, Gramps.
It's not a terribly large ship. It's like a sloop. So you don't need very many people to operate it. You only need like 3 or 4. And since you have a crew of 3 or 4, then you guys are pretty much set. Like, he assumed that you guys would not know how to operate.
Which we don't.
Guys, what would be a good idea is to learn how to operate this ship with just the 3 of us.
Oh, I like this plan.
Just in case we sadly lose some of our crewmates.
I like this plan.
Oh,
Not
right.
that I'm.
Not that you're trying to murder the crewmates, I understand.
Yeah. You never know what could happen.
Just in case we get over there and then we leave and, some people don't make it.
We have a much higher chance of surviving than they do, I would assume.
Probably.
Yeah.
Maybe while we're at it, we can figure out where they keep their gold.
Also, a very valid point.
Well then, I'm taking a nap. I'll see you guys later.
We agreed to learn and he takes a nap. Why am I not surprised?
I'm going to grab Ren before he goes to take a nap.
What?
So that was sort of a kick in the face.
I told you, I love the government.
I was talking about the other one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
We're gonna have to revisit that sometime.
we'll come back eventually.
Mm-hmm.
We'll fix it.
We'll fix it. There's a lot of fixing to be done.
We'll fix it.
Harig seems to have overheard your conversation.
Fix what?
We may or may not be the leaders of the Faceless Ones.
How did I not know this at all?
It's a very, very long story.
We have time right now. Out with it.
No, we've got time to nap. I'm
No.
going to bed.
That's a good one right there.
I'm going to give Theran a quick smack in the face.
I dodged.
Oh, God.
Okay, well... okay, well, Theran, go ahead and roll for a dodge.
12.
12. Yeah, it's not enough. You get slapped in the face. You don't take any
Ow.
damage, though.
We made a lot of money. A lot of money.
And where is this money?
Secured.
It is secured.
And yet here we are, globe-trotting around the countryside, living in the dirt, while you're full of as much money as you can possibly get your stupid little mitts on?
Well, we left in a rush. We didn't really plan
Listen.
our escape.
Listen, it's probably our fault that they're there. It's also our fault that they're angry.
That's true. We did leave them in a bad situation.
We also killed the leaders.
Oh yeah,
Quote,
we did
unquote.
take. Yeah, we took that.
Yeah.
We took the glory for killing the leaders.
A clever ruse.
So you were the leaders, and you staged your own death.
Yep.
You left no countermanding behind, so now they're just a group of wandering vagrants with a itch on their back.
I mean,
Yep.
we told them we might come back,
And
and
Then you didn't.
yep.
yeah, well, we got held up at the monastery, you know.
So it's my fault that they're robbing the town then.
Exactly, Gramps.
Absolutely.
And I take it this is why we returned to the town so you could continue your lives as the thief queen and king?
We don't need to continue. We just need to make sure that we have our assets in place for if should we ever need to call
back
upon them.
and
I
rob
hope we
them.
die out in this so his misery stops.
Oh, you have to keep thinking positive.
Come
When
on,
have
Gramps.
I ever thought positively?
Never.
Exactly.
Never.
I used to. About 75 years ago. 25 before meeting you, Hellspawn.
It's okay. I mean, I'm a half elf. You'll have me for a long time.
I mean, you made
Hopefully.
it to where you'll have me for a long time.
Hopefully, my life decides to end it before.
And then we're probably gonna die too.
Yep.
Good old times.
Yep. These are going to be the best days of our lives.
Well-
You know, literally the best few days of our lives
Actually,
because we're
though.
about to die.
Yeah. Positive. Try and think positive. Well,
Can
now
I take that nap now?
now that you know our lovely little group that we created,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say it's time to call it a night.
Yeah. Why don't you do that?
Yeah. Good night, guys.
Okay, you guys all head below deck to take a nap. And, well, to sleep. It's a long nap, really. So,
I start a meditation.
yeah. Do anything that you need to do for nighttime. So, refresh spells or meditate or whatnot.
Cool.
I'm gonna be writing our adventures of the day.
Okay, stay tuned. We're going to cut to intermission. Short 10-minute intermission. And we'll be right back. Party of 3.